Hello everybody and welcome to another episode on my world. I don't know why I decided to do the intro like that, I just did, and it's funny. So last time we did some farm path out here, and we did this room, and we did the storage room, which I'm not gonna lie, I lied. I haven't actually done anything in here yet. I haven't had the chance, really, so everything is still empty. I do have one correction to make though. In editing I realized I was wrong, this is not wool. This is all dye things, so it'll be dyed wool if I have dyed wool, but this is where I'm going to put my ink sacs and my dye, as well as the dyed wool and stuff. So that's what that's for. But anyways, back to today's episode. You may have noticed on my way through that there is a new section over here. I also did the same kind of design on that side, and I pushed the torches back a bit. And this allows me to get into this area. And there's a window. You can't really see, but this is the other side of the staircase, you should say. I should say. Yeah, that's that side. So we have an extra room. And I'm going to just kind of meander halls around. But we have here this beautiful box. This is my magical clothes changing machine. As you can see, I am still dressed for winter. In fact, I've got earmuffs on, you can see, when I turn my head sideways. And it's not really, well, it's still kind of cold. There's snow outside where I am. But it's getting warmer, and so I think it's time that we change into something a bit warmer. So I'm gonna go right on in to the clothing booth, and we will change our clothes. So, what do you guys think? I think it's pretty nice. A bit different than normal. Let me step out into the sunlight so you can see a bit better what things look like. So you can see, first off, hair's a bit longer on the back. I got it tied up, which is nice to have. I've got boots on, nice and warm. So it works well for the spring weather. And also, you may have noticed, there's a bit of black in my hair now. It's hard to see. There it is. I don't know, I just want to do something different with the hair. It's been the same for a while now, and I felt like mixing things up. So we've got a whole new look. And I'm going to keep this look, but there might go through some changes. Like, I'm not 100% certain on some things, and I only just added the boots like last minute, actually. But I like them, and I like everything so far, so we're going to stick with it. Hopefully for the next few months, maybe until next winter. Who knows? Hello again, Moose. Yes. Moose likes seeing me. And now we're immediately covering up that beautiful skin with armor, and you're never going to see it in the F5 ever again. It's hilarious, isn't it? So I said this episode we would be working here on the Villager Trading Hall, and I have finally finalized the redstone and everything, and I have come up with a design that does not require us to make this room smaller. In fact, it needs to be a heck of a lot bigger. But the number of slots isn't going to change. There's going to be a control room over there, and there's a shizload of redstone that needs to go down there. So the way this basically is going to work, this needs to go, because the villagers will only be able to go left, and then they loop around, and then they will go down here back to a storage area. And the idea is, villagers will obviously come through here, they'll get dropped off, and a whole bunch of stuff back here is going to have to change as well. But then, these levers are all going to be gone, but the functionality is going to be moved to the control room, where I can drop this piston, and then there will be more pistons that I can pull that block back, and the villager will be able to drop all the way through to a new collection system, and it's crazy, and it's probably better if I just show you, rather than actually trying to explain it with my mouth, because my mouth is not very good at doing its mouth things. Yes. Hi. So here we are in my creative testing world, really far away from anything else. You can see there's the windmill that we planned ages ago and actually built. This is the monstrosity of a villager system we will be building. This is going to be a lot of work and a lot of redstone. But you can see here, this all looks very familiar with some slight modifications. I got redstone lamps up there, I'll explain. Anyways, you can see here the villagers come in, and they go down this tunnel, and they activate redstone, and it's very complicated. So let me see if I can come into the control room and explain things a bit. I've already got some villagers down here, and that's where part 2 of this system comes in. If you come downstairs right here, we have this cute little chamber, and you can see I've got a villager here. He has no profession, and I have the option to kill him or put him into the system. So the idea is, if I need to move villagers around in this, I can send them to here and then back out to the system. I might hook this... Whoops. I might hook this system up with the villager breeder so that they instantly come into here and then I can assign them from here. Basically the idea is I'd be able to see if they have anything good. If I don't want them, I can kill them. And if I want to keep them, I can press this button. That lamp indicates to me that there is still another villager in the system. So there should be another one coming up in a second. There he is. And that lamp turns off when we're out of villagers. But you can see here, a villager dropped into the first slot. I flip this trapdoor, they come down, and I flip it back up, and now he's here. The trapdoor is there, and this was stupidly hard to test, because when they come out of the minecart here, they liked to just stand in the way, and then the minecart system would totally break. With that trapdoor, they will actually dismount here, they will refuse to jump up, and so then I can drop them down. So now this guy is here, I can trade with him. If I want, I can put a lectern on the ground here. Bam, you're a librarian. Nice job. And you can see here this lamp is on, and now he is in slot 16. So if I come over here, I can flip slot 16. That will drop him 1 block. He can be zombified this way. And then, if I do this, you can see he drops down into the water stream. And here he goes, and the light up here is off because there's no villager in the pod. So now he's going to make his way back into the central chamber here. Easy peasy, just like that. Now, the reason why I have this lamp here is because when the trap door is up and there's a villager standing on it waiting, there's no way to know that there's a villager in here. So this lamp will actually tell me if there is a villager waiting, and it is just simply triggered by the tripwire here when they get out. And then it comes through here, activates this fence, pushes this block over. This was the best way I could figure out to get this signal from there up to there without messing with everything else. But this works really well. So that's what we're going with. And of course our killing system is a bit temporary, but you can see here, if they want to save them, they go that way. If you want to kill them, they go this way, and it simply just drops them. They come through here, and they will pass into this space, where they will dismount actually on there. Because there's a block in their head, they will want to try and get off, and they will see the bed, and they will walk towards the bed and fall into here, and fall to their death. And so that's how we dispose of the villagers. And that's the whole system, really. It's complicated as hell, and this redstone is super tightly compacted. Like, look at how tight this redstone is. It's crazy. It's about as tight as you can get it. It's going to be a pain to build, but we're going to do it, and it's going to be great. And of course, I'm not going to be using any of these blocks, actually, when building. They're just there so I can distinguish the circuits. And then when the villagers, of course, they go all the way around, I have this return system so that they'll drop down here, back onto this, and they will actually go back into the system right here. But at the moment it doesn't really work yet, because I haven't figured that part out. But that's going to be worked on in the real world. So with that said, I have to go over to the normal world. Also, you like my elytras? I like this texture. I've been using it forever, but you guys never see it because I rarely use wings. It's been a while since I last used wings as well. Yeah, anyways, enough distractions. I gotta go grab redstone. I need stuff, lots of stuff for all of this. So I'll talk to you later, bye! Alright, and we're back a little bit earlier than expected, and there's a really noisy crow outside the window, so if you hear birds squawking in the background, I'm sorry. But we're back early, but I still got quite a lot of digging done. The reason why we're back early is because I ran into a problem that I did not foresee. Also, look at this. My mine shaft is right here, which is hilarious. So we're going to have to maybe hide that a bit better. But the problem is, as you can see, I have removed all of the wood from the trading hall. It's all gone except for this section, and that's because the elevation is wrong, and other things, among other things. Things need to get shifted, I believe, right one and down one. I don't know about the right, but I know for certain that it needs to go down a block, because we had issues running into the room above us. This is the big square room, and then over there is where the staircase up is. And yeah, there's some space issues, so I've got to move the entire room down a bit. And that means I have to get these guys out of here. I have 4 of them, and I have 4 boats here, so we're going to see if I can maneuver my way and encourage them to come into the boat. Actually, you know what? If I just remove the trapdoor, how would you like to get in a boat? It's fantastic. Look at the lever glitching out. Oh, I'm not supposed to be in here with you. Oh, that works. Okay. The first villager is in the boat. And we need to get them all over to this side. I guess I'll park them all in this room for now. Just trying to figure out what room is the safest. I think they're all relatively safe, but you can never be too certain. You want this boat. Yeah, I know you do. Alright, 2 down. Alright, 3 down, 1 to go. Alright, all 4 of the villagers are out of the way, and now we can finally start taking the rest of this down. I gotta take out the redstone that's down here. There's not a lot, but there's a piston and a torch and some stuff. That's all gotta go. All of this is changing, and none of it is staying. And also, I don't know what it is with, like, my obsession with putting villagers underground. Like, every time I do villagers, for some reason I put them underground. I did it on Axis on Season 5, if you remember. The Iron Golem disaster. One of them will want to leave. Eventually. Go. Get in the minecart. Okay. Oh. Fuck's sake. Get in the minecart. I need you to get into this awesome minecart. Look how cool this is, dude. Don't you want to ride? Don't you even think of walking away. There, you don't like crossing mine tracks. I know that. Go that way. We got a golem. We've got 1 golem. Whoa! That was fun. Yeah, I probably should have learned my lesson to not do this, but I've done it anyways. So I guess I didn't learn anything. Alright, that looks like that's everything out of here. Which means we can start continuing the dig. I don't know why I said start continuing, but you know what I mean. We can move on. We can go on to greener pastures. And by greener pastures, I mean not dead grass, because there's dead grass outside, because that's the time of year we're in. But the grass is no longer dead. Yeah. I don't know where this conversation is going. I just started talking. So yeah, we need to go down more blocks, and it's not even just 1 block. We need to go down 1 block, yes, for the stalls, but for the rest of it, it goes a lot deeper. We need to bring all of this ground down to that level, and even a little bit lower, and you can see here I've got this, and this takes us down to where the lowest section is, and the problem, it's not lit up down here. We need to go really far into the ravine. Luckily, the ravine does make it faster because that's less blocks to dig. But then also the problem is security, which is why I'm wearing my diamond helmet and not my gold helmet. Yeah, that cobblestone bridge right there is about how far down we need to go. And that's a lot of digging, especially for someone without a beacon. But I did find a bunch of pickaxes that could be repaired, so, I mean, we're good on pickaxes. It's just time is what it is now at this point. So I will get back to digging, and then hopefully we can regroup to actually start building some of the things. Yes. So I'm not super far through the digging process yet. I did block up the entrances here just to make sure the villagers were safe. Ignore this, this is part of the schematic. But I realized about this far through that I don't actually need to take out these center 5 blocks for a couple blocks down as well. Nothing goes here, because all the pistons and redstone is here and that way, and here and that way. But there's nothing in the middle for like 10 blocks, because that's where you get to the minecart system is down there. So this can actually stay, which is actually going to speed up this whole process by a significant amount. Because, I mean, it's not a lot, this strip right here, and hilariously, most of it's already dug out. But it does save a bit of time. And that's pretty cool. And I just wanted to tell you guys that. And now I'm going to continue digging like nothing happened. I haven't played with shaders in a while, and I like this shader pack. This is a complimentary reimagined. It looks really nice. I don't know. I don't usually play with shaders because they get really annoying when you're in dark spaces, but this is nice. And also, I got Vanilla Tweak's bushy leaves. Also kind of annoying for when you're harvesting trees, but they do look nice as well. I don't know. I'm just thinking about things, you know? You never know. I also really like the way this place looks with shaders on. You can see the reflection in the water. Oh, this is gorgeous. Alright, well we got the shaders off and we've got the Doug Dig Diggy Dog Dung Diggy Dang Dim Dang Ding Dam. It's dug. The hole's here. That's what I meant to say. Everything is dug out. There's a little bit of space down that way that still needs to get dug out, but we'll do that as we need it because it's a bit messy down here. But everything is ready and we have the space available to us. And it's almost go time. I just need to grab some new supplies. I still kept all the old stuff in a chest up here. I think it's this one. Yes, this is all the stuff from the original build. We're going to use it, but we're going to need more of it because it's bigger a little bit. And then there's also the redstone that we need. So this project is actually going to be fairly large, but we're going to get to it in a time lapse here in a minute. So I hope you're all ready to start dancing to the music, because it's already time. We're going. It's time to go. Alright, just a little status update for you guys. I got all the front face stuff done, except for the roof, which I actually haven't even designed yet. I totally forgot about that part. But everything else is basically in place, aside from the redstone. It's just the front face. The redstone's going to be a bit of a mess, and I don't think it'll work very well on a time lapse, but we'll see how that goes. But this was an insane resource grind to collect for. I underestimated severely how much expensiveness this would be. You can see here I had 3 double chests that were completely full of items, along with 2 single chests full of redstone stuff. Like, look at this redstone. Like, that's a chest and a half of dust. That's insane. It's expensive. And I'm actually really low on everything right now, resource-wise. But I've been putting the things from this dig into the main storage room that we built in the previous episode, actually, so that's pretty cool. Blocks. Now I'm stuck. I'm not stuck. Haha. There's a way out. Kind of. So yeah, you can see it's a bit messy right now, and it's a bit hard to move around. Oh yeah, also, if you guys didn't notice, I did decide to push the whole room that way another block. Um, it allows more space here. Also, there was some stuff here that needs to be built that was clipping and through and problems and stuff. And this just kind of works better. Um, so this is actually supposed to be that pillar, so I might actually be a bit short on wood now. But other than that, there is nothing of otherwise to tell you. So we will get on with building the redstone. It's going to be really weird because you have to build it from the bottom up. If you don't build it from the bottom up, then you will get like soft locked. Because I've got redstone like under and in, and I can show you because that's how cool I am. So we've got redstone on the ground here like this, and then we're going to have rows like this, and there's going to be redstone here. And to make sure that this doesn't connect, there's going to be blocks here. And then these are going to have redstone on top of them. And then there's going to be blocks here. And you can kind of get the picture. If we don't start from the bottom, we'll never be able to get in here. And there's going to be repeaters on these things as well to extend the signal. So it's a very problematic build if you don't do it right the first time. And I've done things like this wrong the first time. And it's not a fun experience. Because you basically have to start from the beginning again. So hopefully, if I prepare hard enough and smart enough, we don't have to worry about any of that. But with that said, it's time for me to get back to the grind. And we will get this redstone finished. Look at this. Ready? Zoom. Let's go. Oh, that's close. Alright, we are hot off the press of all of this mess. This took 2.5 hours to put all this redstone in, and we're still not done, which is wild. This is probably the biggest redstone project I've ever done, and I will probably never do one bigger than this, because I don't want to. It's not fun. But it should be functional now. Everything is hooked up properly, so we're going to test everything here real quick. First off, we have this button, which just opens and closes this. Looks like it works. Now we need to press this and see if it closes. It sounded like it worked. I heard pistons going on out here. Now we're going to flip 32 and 2. Why not? We're going to see if those work. So 2 is you, and 32 is you. And that should have pulled these down. It did. And it did. And then, if I push the button, that sounded like it worked to me. I mean, I don't have proof. And we can flip these back. You're good, and you're good. All right, it all works. This is fantastic. Oh my god. We're so close to being done. There's just a few more things we need to do. First off, we need to decorate the room over here. This room has stuff, and it's not done. And then this entire area down here is not ready. And also, none of the rails are in place, so we can't actually use it yet, but it's really close. Probably just a few more hours to get all this built. Oh, thank God. I bet you guys are getting pretty tired of time lapses. So I'm just going to do a smash cut to when this is done, and then we can start putting the villagers back in. Huzzah! Alright guys, we're going to play a little game here. I want you to guess which one of these I am standing inside of. I am standing currently inside of one of these holes. Which one do you think it is? The answer will be revealed in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ta-da! I'm over here! I got a mod that does free cam stuff. This is pretty cool, and I can just press this button right here, and I'm back. That's awesome. Yeah. So, I caved a bit. I usually use a spectator account when I need to do things that involve a spectator account, but like, this is so much easier. I don't have to worry about logging on and off and on and off. So I did that, and it works. And also, speaking of it works, it's done! All of it! It took me like 4 days from start to finish, from when I started digging this out. It's done, and it's working. And it's all here. And I've got this down here, and I added actually an extra feature, because I realized I want to have this plugged into a fully automatic villager breeder at some point. The one right now we have to feed the villagers manually, but in the future I want to build a farm attached to it. And so then they automatically come in here, and they go around, and then they just kind of went into the minecart storage system, and they'd get stuck there forever. And I figured that's not a very smart thing. So I tweaked a whole bunch of the system. So now, if an extra villager approaches, and none of these are available, they're all full, I have this switch. And the switch is keep or kill. If it's down, the villager will die, and the minecart will return to the system. If it is up, they will actually go back into the holding cell down below. Speaking of down below, let's go down below, and I'll show you what we got. So this over here is where villagers go to die. There's like a bed in there, and when they get pooped out of the minecart, they'll see the bed, try to walk forwards, and fall. That hole goes all the way to bedrock. So if I fall there, I will die. So that advice, don't do that. This is the keep line, I believe. This goes all the way back up to the top and loops them around the top to drop them into the system. This one is the minecart line, so empty minecarts will come onto this line. They come all the way down here. And empty minecarts will go to that cactus. This is the addition that I was talking about. Villagers who come through the cycle, instead of just going straight into the cactus and then sitting out here, they will hit this switch. That kills them, just like the bed one over there. And if they come this way, they get lured back into the main chamber, and the minecarts, either way, come back into this hole. So it all works. And you can see here, ooh. And here's the chamber itself. It's all ready to go, and it's all hooked up. This controls the lamp up at the top, so if a villager is present, we will be able to see that. I gotta fill these with minecarts, but luckily, I brought a lot of minecarts with me. So it's not that big of a deal. So the problem with this system is these minecarts are stored separately from the minecarts up at the top, where the villager breeder is. So I actually need to restock the top more than the bottom, but I also have to get my villagers that are in the boats out. But actually, I think what I want to do, I want to actually take most of these back. Also, yes, I covered the ravine to prevent mobs. It's great. You can see, woo. I explored all of this mine shaft finally. I hadn't done it until now, and I found some good treasure, which will go to good use in a future episode. Oh yeah, and this line here, this is the delivery line. The villagers come in here, and this takes them all the way around to the choosy section, as I call it. This spot right here, where they will have their fate decided for them. And one of the things that changes about the design now is this is no longer switchable. They will always go to the left, and they will always exit out the right and go this way. You can see here, it's not even configured to go anywhere. It's a one-way system, so they don't get stuck or jammed or in any issues. And this just works way better than the original design. This is the line that brings the villagers back into the system from the killie switch, which is way over this way. They'll come in like this direction, and then they'll come back this way and get reshuffled into the system again. But this is where we need to have our minecarts, because I will be dropping the villagers back in here. Rather than trying to figure out how to boat them into their cells again, we will just use the system, because I'm smart like that. And the first one will prove to be a problem, because I actually have to somehow get them in here. I think we can probably do this. And then we can just boat you down, right? Now the question is... make sure I don't kill the villager. Nope. That's not going to work. We're going to have to just drop the boat in and then frantically swim out. Like this. And you are in the system. And I think if I hurry up, I can catch him going into the first slot. He will be the first villager. You coming? Here he comes! And he should drop right into here. And... boop! There we go! It worked! And so now he is in here. The lamp is on because he's in the cell. The piston is triggered, which means no one else can fall into this prison cell. Trading cell. And the next one will go into this slot. They're numbered a bit wacky, but it's because I've numbered it this way, not this way. Because the buttons were really confusing the other way around. So I changed it. Alright. Next boy. This is going to be so much easier. This system is so easy, it's insane. And you're the last one. I just gotta cross the tracks before the minecart comes. Alright. And we're good. All 4 villagers should be basically in the system. And we will boop. Bam. Just like that. It's done. And in the future, new villagers will automatically be added to the system. Let me just boop. And boop. Look at that. It's so flawless. I just have to make sure to close the trap door. Because if I don't close the trap door, then things break. Look at that. It works. Oh my god. It's so easy. I love it. This was so worth it. Even though it took forever. We got 4 villagers. We can already put down a lectern or something. Start trading with them. Do I have a lectern on me? It would be so great if I had a lectern on me. I have a composter. Can they use composters? We're going to find out. You, sir, can you use a composter? Be a farmer. Can you be a farmer? None of them like the composter. You. Oh, he's the farmer. Look at that. Bam, farmer. Take it away. Make another farmer. Bam, he's a farmer. It's great. The problem that I did actually notice in testing, which I am seeing, is the villagers don't exactly like to grab the profession blocks that are right in front of them. And my suspicion says that it's the trap door. Let me test it. Are you going to take it immediately? No. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's not a problem, because if I give them all job blocks, they'll all choose one eventually. It just seems like this guy is really invested in being a farmer. Bookshelves. It's so expensive for a lectern. Alright, let's give these villagers some professions. 2. Librarians. Any second now. I don't like how picky they are, but I will find the one that wants to be a librarian and I will give the job to him. Why are you the only one that wants a job? Right, what do you got? Mending already? Oh my god! That was so fast! I'll fucking take it. Look, I got my first mending book, just like that. Easy, boys! Bam! I can buy bookshelves too? Oh, wow, that was so fast! I was not expecting to get mending on the first try. Oh, do you want to be a librarian? No. Of course you friggin' don't. This is annoying. Well, I'll figure out how to get these guys to pick their professions. But we got our first mending book, and I'm probably not going to use it because I said I won't use mending, but it's still pretty cool! Oh my god. Oh, with that, I finally got my books, and I will see you all next time. I think something special might go on, because that's what I have planned. Something special. But I'll see you all in the next one. Goodbye. Okay, so I know I just ended the episode, but they're all looking this way. Is there a job block over here somewhere that they can see? Like, what are they looking at? What are you... They can't use crafting tables. There's barrels. Are they looking at the barrels? I'll take the barrels out. I don't know. It's a mystery.